Hey, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. If you're new to my show, my name's Noelle. I go by Farm Girl Scavenger. And if you're not, you still know me as Noelle. Hey, Doug, something you know totally nothing about? Well, I didn't know anything about it until last year. It could be this year. But for sure it was only because it was actually this year, as a matter of fact, because I bought a whole box of SyrocoWood items at the same estate sale that I purchased all the Furbies at. And I didn't know what they were, but there was a bunch of these little cuckoo clocks on top. And I believe I paid $10 for this big box. No, there was no yodka in it. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Anyway, so Doug, are you aware of the problem that some of the other gals are having with a certain person? If we see that person, we need to block them immediately. Do you know who I'm talking about? No, I haven't listed those Furbies yet, but they'll sell. So, trying to get some other stuff listed and gone. You are not aware. Okay. Well, I don't know if they've been in my channel. Hi, Susie. It better not be me. You know it's you. It was after I left last night, and I don't know the person. I want to say that that's the initials. That's their channel name. I think I'm going to delete that now. Put myself in timeout. Maybe I'm not going to delete that. That's hilarious. Well, remove. Can't do it from StreamYard. Isn't that funny? Just here for a minute. How you doing, Susie? How's everything going? Thanks for popping in for a few minutes. Anyway, they have several different aliases, so we'll just have to be on our toes. Beth, you snuck in. She's clear up here. How did you sneak in there? Right after Cindy. Totally missed you. Surprised you're not over on Dom's channel. He decided he needed to do a video on my night. Gonna have to charge him rent. He doesn't get any more. Dom doesn't get any more super chats. That's it. My sales have been amazing. I'm knock on wood. As a matter of fact, I'll show you, because I'm not. Let's see. Let me share this. There you go. Yesterday, I had 3 sales for $535.90. Three sales. Today, I've had 2 sales. All of my sales yesterday were after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And my 31-day total is $8,006.74. I don't know why, but when you look at your 90-day total, it's not the same. I'm actually over 17,000. And I'll tell you what, all right, now I can see you. You've not been listing. That is really wanted to hang out with you. Ah, that's so nice of you, Beth. Listing makes it a difference. And if you're not listing, Susie, and some of your items and sell similar, that will help you. Even if you just do like 5 or 10 a day, just end them, sell similar, and then delete the ones you ended after you've sold them similar. So if you guys don't have time to list, and some of your listing, your oldest, make sure it's your oldest ones, go in and end them and sell them similar. Make sure you have nothing. Let me go back here. I got to open up another one. Hang on a second, you guys. Not everybody knows how to do this, and I don't want to assume that everybody knows how to do this because, all right, add to stream. Oh my goodness, you guys, we have a new customer. Rocky Mountain Resell. What's your first name? I'm going to assume a guy. Okay. I am sharing my screen. Hang on. All right. When you go into your listings, like right now, I have nothing ending today. I have nothing unsold and not relisted. So let's go into my active listings. Yep, you guys can. Hey, Greg. Hey, Jenny. All right. How many? We just got to play along with him, Susie. He needs the attention. All right. How many of you guys actually know how to do this? Because I don't want you to think that I think you're stupid. But I'm going to explain this as if you have never, ever done this before. Because eventually someone will happen upon this that has never, ever done this before. So I haven't ended any for a few days. So one of the first things that you want to make sure, hi Sandy, how are you? That you want to make sure is that you have a nothing in this folder right here. Absolutely nothing. And you're unsold or you're ended. You want nothing in there or you will screw yourself up. So if you have a bad habit of keeping items in your unsold and listed folder, you need to, I suggest you work on that because it's not a good thing. Because especially if you're, tell it to me like I'm 5. Okay, you got it. Let me have a drink of water. This is going to take a minute. Just joking. All right. Here I am in my active listings. I literally just finished listing all of these stupid dishes. I got a video listed that somebody was watching earlier. Yeah, it's on my send offer to watchers list, actually. So all of this from here up, I listed in the last 2 days. All right, so you want to go over here to your active listings and to your start date. Click this. It's going to bring up your oldest listing. Oh, that did not work. Okay, well, I didn't wait long enough. That's why. You just sold some fake poop. Good for you. You just ended and sold similar your entire store. How many items do you have in your store? And I'll tell you why that's a bad idea. All right, so we're going to go back here and I'm going to be patient and wait. Don't want to do your entire store at one time. You want to do a few at a time. Now I have 1,915 listings, so I could do, is Brett in here? You talking smack about me already, Doug? Nope, he hasn't started on that yet. All right. So I ended and relisted everything on the 28th of October and the 25th of October. I did. There's an overabundance of lives going on right now. Yep, there is. You don't have to be here. You can always come back and watch. 800 and it has worked. It does, Sandy, but let me tell you what happens. If you have 800, I would probably do 50 at a time and every other day. Does that make sense? because then if you have a day that you're not listing, you can go in and do end and sell similar, and it shows some activity in your store. But if you do them all at the same time, then what good is it to do it again in 5 days or 6 days? So if you space them apart and figure out how many are in your store by 30 days and divide that and do that many every day. Does that make sense? Oh, I didn't think you were going to leave. Sorry. That didn't come out right. So I'm just going to do, what am I going to do? I'm going to do 1, 2, I'm just going to do 10 for right now. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Normally I do 210. All right. And you go in here to actions and you hit end listings. And it's going to ask you, do you really want to end those? And you're going to say, yes, I do. Now I have 1,904, which is weird because I had 1,915 before. Now I'm going to go, you can go into your unsold or your ended. It's basically the same folder. I'm going to go into my ended folder. Oh, apparently I did 11 and not 10. That was why. All right. Now I'm going to click actions. I'm not going to relist because that just relists it under the same number. You have your same followers, your same watchers. I'm going to go, we're doing this bulk, sell similar. And it's going to tell me if there's anything wrong with any of my listings. It'll give you a red thing right here. I'm going to click all of them. I'm going to click submit all, confirm and submit. And 11 listings were successfully relisted. So if I go back here to my active, I should be back up to 1915, right? All right. Now, if you don't do this, you are going to mess yourself up. Now you need to go back into your unsold or ended listings, and you need to click all of them, and you need to delete them. Bye-bye. Otherwise, you will have duplicate copies. If you have duplicate copies, that can cause problems, as you all know. Whatever happened, it wasn't you. I didn't think anything happened. That's what happens when you come in the middle of stuff, Marie. How are you? Hi, Maria. Okay, so that is how you go about ending and selling similar and adding a little bit of action to your store. So that's the only reason why I tell you usually do it that way. I list heavily, but I've had a bad week and haven't gotten to list, and my store had died. Yep, absolutely. So, I just caution anybody from doing, unless, you only have 50 items in your store, which isn't an only 50 items. I don't care if you only have 2 items in your store. Good for you, because learning to list and getting good at it is hard. It takes time, and nobody should feel bad because it takes, maybe it took me an hour to list something when I first started. And if you guys think that when you start, you're going to be Speedy Gonzalez, then get over yourself, because you're not, and don't beat yourself up. That's my job. No, I'm just joking. Thanks, Beth. Anyway, so that's just a little quick, not really part of what we're doing tonight. But I'm going to start doing some shorter videos on stuff like that Not that there aren't other people out there that have videos out there, but you may not know who they are, which is absolutely okay, right? Okay. One that I have to do this week because Rachel Strickland, I'm trying to think of the right word. You can try end and relist instead. Don't do if you're trying to get action in your store, relist doesn't do anything. You can end your items and relist them, but they come back with the same ID number. When you sell similar, it comes back with a brand new item number, and it puts all of those items to the top of the list for 24 hours. It's like a brand new listing. When you end and relist, it's not. It's the same. It's not really doing anything. You're relisting it with the same item ID number, the same followers, the same watchers, the same start time. Hey, Ash and Chris, you're watching and stuffing your faces. Oops, Noelle. Bye, Susie. Merry Christmas to you too. So if I end and hit relist, it doesn't do the same. Absolutely not. Nope. If you end and relist, let's do this. I'm going to show you. I'll share my screen here in just a second. I'm just pulling up eBay again because I keep closing it. I have other tabs open, but all right. Let's go into listings. Whoever comes in and thinks that they're going to learn about SyrocoWood, I guess you're going to have to wait for a little bit. Why didn't that? All right. Active listings. It didn't save the followers and didn't save ended, and I got a different number, and it moved it to show new listings. Then hi, Carter. Test it. All right, I'm going to show you guys what we're going to pick. We're going to pick this 1-year Bible. I'm going to open it up. All right, you guys. This is got 98 page views. I got to write this down. 98 page views. Says I listed it on October 28th, 2021. Let's see. The heck's the item number? Got to go back to the. All right. Let's go back. Gotta wait. I don't have time for that. I'm not a screen grab kind of person. It would be much easier. You are correct. 100%. Okay. 1 2 4 9 7 7 9 8 2 2 4 9 is the item ID number. All right. Let's try this. End the listing. Now we're going to go. All right, where's my listing? My ended listing. Right here. We're going to go in here and we are going to relist this listing. I'm not going to fix anything. List my item. Oh, with the new item numbers. Gotcha. All right. now it says, now it did give me a new item ID number because this one is 8010 at the end and the other one was 2249. All right. But let's go check it out and see. It says start time. Boy, it did not used to do that. Let's see if we go back to, let's close this. Let's go back. It takes it out of there, but it doesn't do the same thing to it because, hang on a second here. Now let's go to active. Let's see if it's still at the end or where it is. Your watches also get an email that it's relisted, correct? See how long it takes this. All right. Views and watches. I don't know if they changed something, but it did not used to do that. I can't answer that question. Change the ID number, time left, 30 days. I'm going to watch this one. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. I got it written down so I know which one it is. Anyway, we'll leave that one there and see how it is. You can do it that way and see how it works. But from my experience and everything that I've done in the years that I've been doing this, you really need to end it and sell similar. I don't know if relisting it will give you the boost to the top. Respectfully disagree, relist and sell similar. It's looking that way, doesn't it? It's the way it's looking, huh, Susie? And you can absolutely disagree because nobody knows everything. And the person that acts like they do, shame on them, huh? If we all should be able to, I'm trying to put the phone where trying to put something behind the phone where I can actually see you guys. And I should have thought about that a while ago. Relist gives you a new listing designation now too. It's looking that way. Absolutely. Oh, all right. I can go out of here and back over to here and back over there. You're like Schultz. I know nothing. How was that? I watched that when I was a kid too. Watch notifications is nice. You've gone on long trips down rabbit holes before looking for an item. I've been watching for a long time and lost it after 20 relists. That's funny. All right. Well, we did it. We'll see. It absolutely never hurts to try and see, right? You don't know if you don't try. So I will keep an eye on that listing and we'll see you like it because you don't have to worry about deleting your ended. I totally can get that. For sure. Especially if you have stuff in your ended. I see a lot of people that keep stuff in their ended and unsold folders. And maybe not as much now since eBay gives you, try to make really, really sure I want them before I buy. No joke. Since eBay gives people a lot more free listings, there is a difference. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'll have to do a little research. I believe the difference is that when you end it and sell similar, the algorithm or Cassini, whatever you want to call it. Hey, Greg, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Sees it as brand new. And boosts you to the top of the listing for 24 hours. And I don't know if Relist does that. So that could be the difference. Is Dave in here too? Dave, everybody say hi to Dave. Everybody say hi to Greg. Greg, you haven't been in here for a while. It's my buddy Greg. Have you moved back to Vegas yet, Greg? If it's been relisted, Janet, but not if it's not if you end it and sell similar. They don't get a notice. When you end an item, you lose all your watchers. And it looks like Relist is doing that now too. What did Susie say? Anyway, still in Chicago burbs for now. That's okay. I think your sourcing is much better in Chicago than I think your sourcing is much better in Chicago than it's going to be in Vegas, in my personal opinion. Considering the amount of resellers there are in Vegas and the limited resources there. Okay. Bye, Susie. Thanks. Talk to you later. You could always just get a condo or something, a timeshare, or rent a room from Vicki and Katie and go to Vegas for a week here and a week there. That's what you need to do. There you go. All right, let's get into SyrocoWood. So I don't know what you guys know about SyrocoWood. Janet may know a lot about it. It's from it's based. The company started in Syracuse. Was going to bring 3 years back stock if I did move. No joke. Well, you're that much closer to me, so you could always come out here and source too. That'd be fun. Could get into all kinds of trouble. Bring Vicki with you. She's dying to come up here. All righty. So let's share the screen, and we're gonna go through this from the beginning, and I'm gonna teach you guys just like I'm teaching myself. So I did not even know what SyrocoWood was until the estate sale that I bought all the Furbies at. I bought this big, maybe I better go back here for just a minute. I bought this big box. This box, and it was filled to the top with this stuff. I had no clue what it was. However, everything on the top looked like this. And all I could think of was, those are miniature cuckoo clocks. They got to be worth something, right? So I said to her, what did she want for it? And I think I paid 10. She wanted $10 for the box, but I bought a huge bulk buy there, right? I ended up paying pennies, just literally pennies. You want to come source in the Furby room? I got to get the Furbies taken care of here soon because I don't want to take them to storage. They should be a fast flip. It's not that I don't want to list them. It's that some of them have 8 screws and some of them have 4 screws. And if they're not working, then you got to mess around with them and get them working. And they're not a fast, easy thing to list. So that's where I'm at. Hey, Glenn, how are you? To an extent they are, but SyrocoWood will really fool you because I learned a lot. So I'm going to share what I learned. And then if anybody in here knows about it, fill us in. So I didn't know what these were. And I'm going through a box, doing an estate sale haul video late at night on a Sunday, because that's when I do them. And Lissa, Baubles, Blings, and Needful Things, was in the chat. And I wasn't watching the chat, right? Because I'm showing everything that I'm getting. and I get down to the bottom of the thing, and I go, oh, this one says SyrocoWood. And I look at the chat, and she's been yelling at me for like 10 minutes telling me what it was. Anyway, so that was my integration to SyrocoWood. Hey Jake, how are you? So I was kind of beating my head against the wall trying to figure out what to talk about tonight, and I thought this is a great thing to talk about because SyrocoWood is the Syracuse SyrocoWood company is more than just wood. And you guys, you have some Syroco hanging on your walls. I bet you do. And you guys are going to know what it is. And you're going to go, what? Some of it you won't, because I had no clue. Can you hold up one again, a normal size one? Oh, yep. This is true SyrocoWood. This is a calendar, and it's what they call a perpetual, because there's no date on it, and it looks like wood, maybe, kind of feels like wood, maybe. See the line here? And you can kind of see where it's been scratched. Kind of sort of looks like some kind of wood. This isn't, let's see if I have a better. Okay, this, not all of them are going to have the tags on them, guys. They're made in the USA. That is really got some glare going on it. You can see that okay? See down at the very bottom, it says Syracuse, New York. There. Let me hold that there for a minute. This is really cool. It would go on a man's dresser. And they would clean their jackets off. All right. Was that better? Yes, they do, Jenny. First time I heard of it was when George was looking at some of my mom's frames. Yes, definitely a lot of frames made of SyrocoWood. I know exactly what the cuckoos are because they're marked on the back, and we're going to talk about those in a minute. You listed 3 butterflies today. Were they plastic? I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Hold that thought, Maria. Never heard of it either. Might be thinking, no, just wait. Just wait, you guys. Don't get ahead of me. We're going to learn this. All right. Sharing my screen. So, the Syracuse Ornamental Company, Syroco, American Manufacturing Company. I am sharing, right? Let's make sure here. Okay. I'm going to do my darnness. Was best known for molded wood pulp interior decorations. It was founded in 1891 and based in Syracuse, New York. So best known, I skipped a line, sorry, was best known for molded wood pulp interior decorations, gift and novelty items that resembled hand carving. Later, they integrated polymers into their molding process and then moved entirely into plastics production. Don't go into it yet in the chat. No, Syroco went out of business in 2007. I will answer that. We're going to go through all of the history and the things they make, and then we're going to look at stuff. Okay? I'm going to try to stay somewhat, somehow, somewhere on track. Okay, so collection contains molding process. The collection that the Syracuse University has contains illustrated sales catalogs spanning most of the company's existence. Jan, if you have some of those Syroco, any Syroco catalogs in your mom's stuff that you haven't thrown away. I mean, if you come across them, they're worth some big money. And annual reports from the later period after it was sold to non-Syracuse corporations. So if you go down here, it was an American manufacturing company based in Syracuse. They're best known for their molded wood pulp products that resemble hardwood, aka this one and this guy who actually almost looks like he's carved. Okay, founded in Syracuse, New York in 1890 by immigrant Adolf Holstein, the Syracuse Ornamental Company, Syroco, specialized in decorative wood carving, especially for the local residential market. Products included fireplace. Pay attention to this, you guys. Are you listening to me? Your jaw's on the desk. All right, because just what you may not have, Jan. You may not have. Okay, don't die. Don't beat yourself up, because pay attention, because you got a lot of this stuff in mama's house. Okay, I gotcha. That's another reason why I decided to do this. Okay, where did I stop off? Products include fireplace mantelpieces and other types of interior decoration popular in late Victorian homes. To meet increasing market demand and sales opportunities, Holstein developed a material that looked and felt like wood, but which could be shaped, allowing multiple pieces to be produced through a molding process. Thus, the seam that I showed you on that one. Sorry if I'm coughing and stuff. I'm getting over another new cold. The new product, which combined wood pulp brought from the Adirondacks with flour as a binder and other materials to give it strength, was extruded and then cut to fit compression molds, which were handmade from original carvings and real wood. So this one right here kind of got me, because it really looks hand carved. But if you can see, I know I can't see what I'm showing you guys, but I'm hoping you can see it. You can see there's a line there. So this is Syroco. And it's not marked because at some point in time, somebody took the thing off of it. The process favored shallow molds with little undercutting, and this served well for the creation of a wide variety of carved, think frames, relief work to be applied to different sorts of flat surfaces such as walls, furniture, and caskets. Production of this new molded product known as SyrocoWood was the mainstay of the company's production through the 1940s. The finished material could be smoothed and varnished to look like wood, or it could be painted. Sales catalogs from the early 1900s through the 1920s offer hundreds of varieties of moldings, capitals, brackets, volutes, and reliefs of vases, garlands, car touches, scroll work, and any other details in a variety of styles. Do you see how I'm telling you, your daughter? That's okay, Sandy. Do you see, Jan, what I'm saying now? Lulu, so this is basically is the first particle board, but a whole lot way better. Exactly. Because particle board, yeah, very much so. Very much so, Lulu. Hi, Amy and Dren and Tina and B. Anyway, so as a matter of fact, I'm sitting here looking, and you guys can't see it, but I have a shelf on my wall over here. I'm almost 100% sure it's SyrocoWood now. And I painted it to match I'm gonna have to check it out. All right. The process, let's see, we went there. Okay. Syroco operated from a large factory complex on 581 South Clinton Street, Syracuse, acquired from Smith Corona Typewriter Company. What do you know about that? The company remained in the hands of the Holstein family for three generations, with some of Adolf's children and grandchildren taking over management and sales positions at its peak. By the 1930s, all right, here we go. Those of you guys that have stuff hanging on your wall, we're going to get into that. By the 1930s, the company had also developed an extensive line of gift and novelty items made from SyrocoWood and also wood light, a combination of wood, flour, and polymer. In the 1960s, the company began to use injection molding for some of its products, but did not entirely abandon its old process. So in the about 62, I think 65, 62, they quit making a lot of the wood stuff. They added lines of injection molded plastics when a new plant was opened in nearby Baldwinsville in 1963, which was entirely geared to plastics productions, especially PVCs and polystyrene. Think Homeco, which is not the same, but think the Homeco stuff that you see on the walls. The company began to use plastic in new modern designs and new forms for clocks, mirrors, tables, and a range of household items. In 1968 and 69, the company launched its Lady Syroco. Some of those catalogs can be worth some money if you can find them too. Home products. Beginning in 1986, Syroco produced a popular line of lawn furniture. It is everywhere, and we weren't even aware of it. There's people out there that are. Hey, Carl, if I missed you guys, I'll try to catch up with you. Yep, a clock. Lulu, don't put anything in there that I haven't talked about yet, because I will get distracted, and I'm trying to stay online. Hi, Dream Travel Picker. You can put stuff in as I start getting to it, because I have this problem with getting distracted. And you guys are so good about putting stuff in the chat for me, and I really appreciate it. Anyway, so if you just wait until I get there, then you can drop all the links that you want, Lulu, because you're good at it. Show us stuff history. Nope, not working that way. You're bad. You're bad, Jan. Bad, Jan. Okay, in 1965, the company was bought by the drug company, which soon changed to Dart Industries. And I didn't even read this part, but I used to sell Tupperware, and Tupperware was owned by Dart Industries. So from which Syroco gained more knowledge of injection molding. Syroco was purchased by another company in 1986, which then expanded its patio furniture. In 1995, it was bought out again, and in 2007, they closed the plant. When they closed the plant, they actually had 4 plants. In April 2010, Tessie Plastics purchased the plant, one of the Syroco plants used for storage. Okay. Corkscrews of the Syracuse Ornamental Company online. I happen to have one. It came in my box of goodies, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, done with this one. I want to go here. This is more Syracuse University, but this is going to show you Bet Syroco sale for me. Gold Brulus Sunburst. Yep, we're not there yet, though. Marie understands the assignment. All right. So here is some closer. I have 2 of this guy right here. Very similar. Very similar. So here is some. Look at, you can see on the ear of one of the ears of this little schnauzer here. I think that's what that is. It's broken off. This is a bookend. So, and the reason why I tell you, Janet, here is a piece of one of the, from 1908. This is a piece of one of the catalogs. So this guy, he works in Syroco's Public Services Department. And it was funny. By far, the collection that we received the most questions about is one of their smallest, less than 1 linear foot. The Syracuse Ornamental Company collection consists of 2 document boxes and a handful of product catalogs documenting the company's century-long history. Anyway, we already went into the history of it. All of these links are in the description below, you guys, by the way. Okay. So if you find these catalogs, because a lot of the stuff isn't marked anymore, those little labels came off just like they did with Fenton and everything else. But when Syroco first started manufacturing its unique product, the focus was primarily on ornamental decoration. The earliest catalog, dating 1909, features pages of fancy scroll work hand carved from wood. And then by the 20s, they started doing this, they would carve the molds and then they would do the injections. So this Scotty dog bookend dating to the 1940s is a part of SRC's plastic artifacts collection. So this one had more polymers in it. Same with this one. During the 1930s and 40s, the company put forth their SyrocoWood line of novelty items. This is perhaps my favorite era of Syroco design. Among the novelty items manufactured, there was a significant amount of decorative wall art in religious, get this, you guys, religious and seasonal item themes, as well as having shaving kits, tie holders. I got one of those. Corkscrews, cigar boxes, and traditionally masculine themes like sailboats, dogs, and horses. Hi, Chuck. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Wonder if they had magazine ads. They could very well. Here is the paper Noel's on. Thanks, Lulu. Here is a picture of what a Lady Syroco catalog looked like. And you can see here the clocks and the mirrors with this plastic stuff. Probably that mirror that is behind me is SyrocoWood. It's either Syroco or Homeco. Syroco catalog circa 1968-69. Discover the colorful world. So now we're getting into the plastics, and you guys see this. You see it everywhere, and it can be Homeco. There's 4 or 5 different companies that made this, but Syroco started it. A relatively sedate, still recognizably wood designs of the 1930s and 40s began to transform into brightly colored products that were frequently finished with gold. By the 1950s and 60s, a line of Lady Syroco products were also introduced into the 1960s, complete with color-coded models, hawk and bathroom wares. There we go, right there. That's hilarious. As well, I love whoever wrote this did a good job, as well as a line of Syroco art in 1970s featuring contemporary and classic works of art. Home interiors would be like well after, but basically, see this mirror right here almost looks like the mirror on the wall behind me, similar stuff. I'll have to look at it and see. I don't even know where I got that. I just collected a bunch of them. And yeah, that's pretty cool. That one's old. I know it's old. It's older than me. Just joking. Anyway, eventually the failing company began manufacturing plastic furniture in the 80s and 90s before officially closing in 2007. And it just goes on to talk about things. But here is my grandma Lou sitting at her kitchen table in the 1950s with a piece of Syroco wood art, likely hanging on the opposite wall just out of sight. Well, that doesn't help any if you can't see it. My goodness, that almost looks like a candle. Oh, it's got a little elephant on it. Recently, I realized that my grandma fell into this category. As long as I have visited her Ohio home, and likely since her house was first built in 56, she has had one of Syroco's products, a depiction of the Last Supper, also part of the SyrocoWood series, hanging over her kitchen table. I have a picture of this object thanks to my uncle and can confirm it was manufactured by Syroco. And it probably looks, he didn't put a picture of it in here. Well, that wasn't very nice of him. All right. It looks similar to this. This sucker is heavy because it was injection molded, all of this stuff. It doesn't have the markings on it. It's not got its tag. Some of the stuff was printed. You found a website listing a whole lot of them together. Go ahead and put it in. Go ahead. Hi, Scotty. How are you? All right. Let's go back. So I told you guys that I got a bunch of these little cuckoo clocks. And, well, hang on a second. So that's what prompted me to buy that box, was a bunch of these cuckoo clocks. This faceplate is made of SyrocoWood, and the clocks are made by the Luxe. Can you see that? Luxe Clock Manufacturing Inc. in Waterbury, Connecticut. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are different. There's ones that have the actual little bird in there, and I have that one with the bird. I have this one with the bird, as Bambi says, and I have this one with the bird that's missing its head, it looks like. And then there's two that have this kind of bird, and it just rocks back and forth. All right. So now let's go back to the Maddock Museum, the Luxe Clock Manufacturing Company. 1914 to 1961, a German immigrant working at the Waterbury Clock Company, Paul Luxe, started it. And the main reason I'm bringing this up is because the full line of Luxe clocks included novelty alarm, mantle, wall, desk, art, bank, travel, automobile, and kitchen clocks and stove timers. The company often supplied movements for other companies and produced clocks for the August C. Keebler Company of Chicago. It's important to know all of this stuff because you have a lot of different collaborations going on between a lot of different companies that built things. So when you find these and you list them, then you'll have this information to know that you can put in the description the Luxe Clock Manufacturing Company, the Syroco, Syracuse, and whatever. Luxe is best known for the novelty pendulette clocks, which were made with cases manufactured from molded sawdust composition by the Syracuse Ornamental Carving Company, now Syroco. Well, clock production was suspended during World War II when all manufacturing in Waterbury was focused on the war effort. Following the war, injection molded plastic cases replaced the wood composite cases. One of the most popular Luxe case designs was the Shumu character from Little Abner comic strip, 1954. So followed in 1959 by a Luxe Time Ltd. Canada and Ontario, Canada. In 1961, the Luxe Clock Manufacturing Company was acquired by Robert Shaw Fulton Controls Company, which continued to produce Luxe timers into the 21st century. There's a timing device. a machine washing timer. So, and there's other things that it shows here. All right. Here are some of the Luxe Clock Company clocks. And some of them go for some pretty good money. Some of them go for an average amount of money. It just really matters on how old they are. Here is a Luxe Keebler miniature. So this one, not only does it, I wonder if they have one here where we can actually, that would be this one. All right. Hi, Courtney. Did they pay? I hope. Hi, Justin. I agree. Okay, so this one right here actually has the little bird like the last two I showed you. This is a Luxe, a Keebler bluebird with 6 logs and cuckoo clock miniature rare. Could be not. No, I don't have that one, which means nothing. I wonder if they realize, because I wouldn't have until I did all of this. This Luxe Bluebird with 6 logs miniature cuckoo one appears to be very original. The clock spring holds tension and the clock ticks but is not tested for accuracy or duration. I wonder if they knew that the front of this is made by SyrocoWood, by Syroco, out of SyrocoWood. Pretty cool. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, everything that I have sitting here, I went to storage and got this box. I cleaned it all. Hi, Elizabeth. You're not too late. Never, never, never. You think you found 5 cuckoo clocks so far? So some of them could be SyrocoWood. And I say that because, thank you, Lulu. You know, you're in the area. Dom told me, he messaged me earlier and said he wouldn't be on because they're doing their, he's doing his show with Susan. Anyway, but he said he finds a lot of SyrocoWood, but I've never seen him buy it or talk about it, which means, again, absolutely nothing, right? All right, let's go out of here. And I don't know if I had pulled up, I think I just pulled up images. So here is also another item from the Luxe Clock Company. So I guess you guys are, I guess we're talking about more than one thing, but it's all connected with SyrocoWood. Here, let's go here to Worth Point and check this out, because this is probably Syroco as well. This is from August or April of 2011. So, you know, you can't really go with these prices that they put on here. The one thing that last clock looked, it wasn't complete either. No, it wasn't at all. It didn't have all of the, I agree with you, Janet. Wow, I haven't done that in a long time. I don't think it had the little things. It had these. And I'll show this in a little bit when I quit sharing my screen for this. So I'm curious if in here they have any mention of pendulums, both bob up and down. They run. I need to watch some videos to see how to test them. I don't have any of the keys, and that's kind of what I thought. But they take a number 2 size key. So one of the fittings for my electrical screwdriver may have a key that will work so that I can crank them. Hi, Ella. How are you? I may try to sell one in a live sale. Hey, why not? Okay, so there are lots of different places, rabbit holes that you can go down, right? To this right here, I did not put in. These guys have a huge collection and they have a lot about the clocks. So here, what I can do, not secure. Well, go find these guys, but don't go through everywhere I went through. Find them on Google because it's secure on Google. You'll give me $3.50 for one. You'll give Jan $3.50. Okay, let's go back here. Where were we? Right here. All right. And I mean, so whatever you guys want to learn, my main point here is Bambi's buyer. Look at, there's so much information out there. Let's go here. Nope, we won't. I want a good. That's worth point. Let's go back here. All right, let's go here. And I just want to do this. Seriously. All right. Oh, I have this exact one right here. That's nice. That'll be easy to list. So let's go to solds. Let's go to highest price plus shipping. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Sold. I'll send you an invoice for $3.50. Watch out. Looks like you can walk past them, though. I'm kind of shocked, too, Jan. Okay, look. This is a miniature. I have this one. Woo woo. Sitting right here. I don't have the box, but I have this exact one. Oh, not exactly. Oh, yes, I do. This one's small. There we go. Same one. $3.50 equals $3. That's Canadian money, Doug. All right. So I'm showing you guys these because I'm starting out with the cuckoo clocks for a reason. Some cuckoo clocks are worth a lot of money. Some of the Black Forest cuckoo clocks are worth a lot of money. A lot of people won't pick them up because there are some out there that aren't. And it's just like everything else. There are some nutcrackers out there that aren't worth picking up. They aren't even literally worth picking up. Lots of times you can tell by looking at them. Lots of times you can't. So you pick them up and you look at them. Even if these are busted and broken and missing pieces, people want them for the parts inside. So my little one that has the bird that's missing its head, they're not going to care. I'm going to sell that as broken. Look at the prices on these. Some of them work, some of them don't. Here's one that has a key. You can, if you find keys like this, okay, let's open this up. A lot of times you'll see, boy, that somebody painted that sucker. Woo! That'll catch your eye. A lot of times you'll see these little keys in drawer. Jan, you have a ton of keys somewhere. A lot of people see these little keys and they think a freezer key or some other kind of key. But, you know, there's all different kinds of clocks that wind. And so that's what these keys look like. I sold my dad's grandfather clock quite some time ago. My mother bought it for him when my niece was born. And my niece got it, and it wasn't taken care of because she is a hoarder. I love her to death. And and then it got stored somewhere where then I got it, and I used it for a long time. But anyway, it needed some work done on it, and I finally just decided it needed to go away. So I sold it, and I don't have any regrets about it. These little keys right here, you guys will see them. So now you know what to look for. All right, out of there. You have those keys. I know you do. This one wasn't a big one. It was just a wall hanging one. It was about this big, Doug. But yes, you do. All right. So let's see. Antique miniature clock. We looked at those. All right. So just so that you guys are aware, I'll let you go in and look at the bigger clocks, but you will see these little miniature clocks, and I want you to understand that they are, what am I doing here? I'm going here, going here. They come in different sizes, right? They look the same size. This is where you get into making sure these are 2, and they're different sizes, different styles, but all of these front pieces are made from SyrocoWood. This one has a birdie that pops out. This one has a birdie that just floats back and forth. And this spot, this one, the movement, oh, maybe not. That little spot right there is where you put the key in to crank it. And one of the biggest things that people do is they over crank them, and then they ruin the mechanisms inside. All right. Yep, kind of like piano movers. So you can sell the keys. You can sell the keys. You want to make sure that if you have any clocks in your house that take a key, you take all those keys and try to match them up to your clock movements first, then sell the keys. And like it said in that one, the keys should have a number on them that says what size the piece is that goes into it. I have a special screwdriver that I used when I did inspections, and it has different fittings that come out. They never part from the screwdriver for electrical, and they have a lot of pieces like that in it. So you can, I mean, if you, it was not cheap, but there are ways to crank these and see if they work and not necessarily have to have the key. So they can be tested. Oh, I'm sure there has to be thousands of keys. And, you know, you're just going to have to find your clocks, right? So those keys are easy to recognize because of the shape of them. All right, so let's go. What do we want to look at here? All right. So I'm going to get rid of, I'll leave that one. Here are some solds for just looking up SyrocoWood collectibles. This is a rare full body figural Syroco Indian Chief corkscrew bottle opener. That was a lot. I have one similar to that. So would you even think that this is a, he looked like he's cracked right here, but that could be a seam from being molded. All right, let's see. If it's his head, oh, so there you go. You wouldn't even, I wouldn't, I'm not going to put you guys in the same bucket as me. I'll let you do that in the chat. Etsy sold price finding hack. Right click page. Ooh. Nice. Thank you. So you see this thing, and I'm going to tell you this right now. Unless you knew about SyrocoWood and you had any clue, would you guys even look at this thing? Would you even look at it and pick it up? Or would you just go, I don't, dirty, dingy. Yeah, it's an Indian. It's cool. Native American, whatever you want to use. If you picked it up and felt how lightweight it was, you'd probably think to yourself, that is he's only 8.5 inches tall. Came out of a house less than 2 miles away from where it was made. That's pretty cool. What the heck is that, Jan? I have no idea what SyrocoWood is, but I figure you explain that. I do. And there's a link in the description for it too. I've learned dirty plus dingy plus ugly is so true. So true. All right, let's go back here. Let's go back over here. All right, here you go. Maria, are you still with us? This does not have teak rays. It has SyrocoWood. That's false advertising. You guys see these all the time. We all know. No, we don't. Hopefully, by the time you're done watching this, you will all know that if you see a clock like this, you better run. You better run. You better find it, whether it's SyrocoWood, whether it's brass, whether it's metal. If you see a mid-century, she's 3 doors down. Maria, got some sugar? I'm out of sugar. Because I told her she couldn't talk about what her clock's hanging on her walls, because I have a feeling that this is what she was talking about. At Evan Owen taught me the atomics. Oh yeah, well, I just sold basically an atomic pattern children's dish for close to $300 yesterday. So I mean, anything atomic, you are so right, and Amy is so right. So look at this one right here. It didn't even go for as much as the SyrocoWood one did, but you see these. Some of these are repops. Like this looks like a repop. Decorative metal wall clock, retro clock, starburst, sunburst, George Nelson sunburst. So here's another one. Syroco vintage 8-day jeweled wall clock. I cannot get this. Here is a World War II Bantam Jeep SyrocoWood paperweight. Oh my goodness, you guys. Some of the stuff over here that I have is going to be worth some money. I wish my little guy was a corkscrew, but he's not. And neither are the ones in there, because I just have the head. I just have the headless corks. I wonder if this guy fit inside something. I do not know. So cool. Another corkscrew. All right, you guys. I'm expecting somebody to find one of these corkscrews somewhere. How the heck did they get the jewels on that thing? Take it apart like a watch. Let's open it up. It's just they're in the clock itself, right? The clock piece, I should say. Ooh, look at that one. Let's see how close of a picture they get. They got to get better pictures than that. Okay. See that? Syracuse Metal Company. And also, and there's also the thing. But as they got more into this plastic, and you can also tell, see the flathead screws that really date, that can help date. This one's copyrighted. You can see some of the ones that the older ones, I believe, won't have any of this on it, but they will have a Roman numeral stamped in them. All right, we're trying to get. Oh, there you go, Jan. I don't see any jewels. Apparently in the television series Married with Children, you can see a clock exactly like this. Yes, you can. And that's why that one sells for as much money as it does. There you go. They might be Homeco too, the cherubs. So here is a wood framed tree with birds wall hanging. I have a couple of prints like this, only they're pirate ships. Well, I call them pirate ships. Here you go. Syroco scroll wall hanging 3. This is why I think that the shelf that I have over here is probably, plus it broke and I fixed it. Here you go, you guys. Syroco plastic. You guys, look at that. It's plastic, and they got I wonder if they got the lucite candles in it. I wonder if those lucite candlesticks are a bolo, but you probably already know that. If you don't, you do now. 2 of the crystals are missing. This will not come with the 3 candles that are on it. It's a good thing they say that, because those 3 candles right there could probably go for about $100. So lucite candles, you guys, there's another. Whoa, haven't seen anything like that at Mama's. I will look at your links tomorrow, Lulu. All right, because I can't pull them up in StreamYard. Anyway, so here is another of these. Now, B-52 bomber pendulum clock. So they also have these, the wall hangings that are the American Eagle. There's also wall hanging. Here we go. Now this guy knew it was Syroco, because I'm looking for Syroco stuff. And somewhere in his listing, let's just see, his or her, somewhere in their listing, I should say, I wonder if they have Syroco wood right there, frame material. They have it in their description. I don't see it, but that doesn't mean anything. Waterbury, Syroco case right there. So just because you can't put it in the title doesn't mean anything. That's what all of these item specifics are for. That is what your description is for. If you have something that needs a little more information or words, if you have something that is a collaboration with other things, this clock is a collaboration with the Waterbury, the Luxe Clock Manufacturing Company, the SyrocoWood Company, and it could be a collaboration with the Keebler Clock Company as well. So then you might want to take a few minutes to put a few things in your description. Homeco is a brand, but Homeco is not owned by Syracuse. It's different. It's a different company, just like Jake, you said it earlier. Home Interiors, and there's some other brands. So little gray cat with the green ribbon. These lot of 1930s old Jewish women, men carrying holy book wood figures. That's very similar. I think that's what this guy is, an old Jewish guy. And you can see right there where he's been chipped. They don't care. These are just the highest sold things, you guys. An owl, the large flowers and birds. Now the golden ones of these can be. Oh, see, now this is like my shelf. My shelf isn't. I could bet $100 that is SyrocoWood. Woohoo! I'm taking that with me though. All right. Vintage 2 SyrocoWood Syracuse ivory ornate miniature frame ship. I have 2. I'm going to show you when we get off of here. Here's a green slag agate glass swivel ashtray. That's cool. So I'm showing you all of these. I have about 5 different ashtrays like this. Your mom had that shelf. I think a lot of people already grieved their loss, totally over it. What did you grieve, Jen? You said it could be Syroco, or no, Syroco is a different company, but Homeco is similar. Homeco sells very well too and has similar plastics. I'll show you some of those in a little bit. All right. Oh, we went back here. What was I? SyrocoWood. Okay. This is just Googling Syroco and not being on eBay, looking at prices. I was hoping wood flower wall plaques. I was hoping to show you, and I'll just do that. Syroco, what do I want? Here's some more shelves. Let's see if we do SyrocoWood. Let's see. I was hoping it would show some of the pieces, the architectural pieces that they use. That's the word that maybe I want to use. I'm going to spell this wrong. So here we go. They're showing the shelves. Here is a wooden box. I want some of the, I'm not having the right search piece, but you guys know what here we go. This kind of stuff. So cornices, the elephant thing had to be Syroco. It could have been. A lot of plaques with sayings. I have one of those here. Correct. They make oh, Jan, stop. Don't beat yourself up. It's not going to get you anywhere. So all the little swirly whirly, sound like Dominic now, things that you would see in any Victorian home. You see all of these little ornate pieces. Here we go, right here. This one's PVC, but you guys are following along with me, right? See, my shelf isn't ornate as this. I wish I could show you, but I can't. So that's where that is. There's a mirror on chair. That's like my mirror right there, isn't it? Real similar. So all of these, these pieces, and a lot of these mirrors had a shelf. Sorry, Ma, win some, lose some. That's right. Somebody had these and showed them the other day. And Courtney on Bolo Buddies, I think somebody had sold something like this. And she was asking what they were. And these are a pair of fighting cocks, and they don't allow that anymore, just like they don't allow the fighting dogs, whoever that stupid football player was that went to jail for so long. But if you see down here on their feet, and these were small birds, they weren't regular size chickens that you see every day. $650. Am I not sharing? Okay, just making sure. Okay, let's see if we can get a bigger picture here. See this? This is its leg. This is its foot. See this spur right here? The spur grows super, super long. They would raise these birds to be mean, and they would put them in pens, and they would fight them to the death. Hi, Jody. Michael Vick. Yeah, that guy. Ugh. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Last week I had my alerts turned off and I couldn't hear you guys. So I was like, I better keep my alerts on. So this is Syroco dueling cocks, where you just don't know. And how can I, oh man, where did I go? Here we go. So Ruby Lane is a really good place to go, you guys, and look for a lot of this stuff too. It's but look at all of these different birds. You will see these, and they sell for really, really good money. So not all Syroco wood is worth a lot of money, but it sells consistently. And these architectural pieces, and these wall hangings really do, and the clocks, the shelves, the mirrors. So then we can go to, let's look at Homeco real quick before I quit sharing. Looks the same, doesn't it? So it doesn't really matter what it is. When you see this stuff, you probably should pick it up. The butterflies. This right here, Homeco frog butterfly mushroom. There is also a Syroco wood plastic one like this. These sell for a lot of money because they got the collars, because they got the mushrooms. This one's got butterflies. What doesn't this one have? That's just happiness right there. So, as a matter of fact, I paid $3 for. Took them off the wall, as a matter of fact. And I don't know if they're Homeco or these ones are Syroco. Woo woo! And not only woo woo, but really, I'm dying right here because I had no clue when I got them. All right, I'm removing the screen share. I was going to bring these in because I thought they were Homeco, but score! Jody won't be in the estate sale for 5 hours. Now she'll be in there for 6. All right. So remember I told you that some of them weren't marked with the Syroco and they wouldn't have the tag in them, but they would have I'm hoping I can get this to where okay. This one has right up there. Do you see it? This has copyright. It has the Roman numerals. It has made in the USA. It has 714, which is 7414, which is probably the mold number. But also, it has Syroco ink right on the other side. I'm not going to point because I'll mess everything up. And then up above, it has, what does that say? Moncry. That's probably the name of this piece. Anyway, so I have this one. And I have this one. And I paid $3. They thought they were nothing. I just got them because they were owls. Because we know, I don't know, but I'm going to list them tonight. Because I got to do 15 listings a day and I'm at 8. So that means I got to get 5 more. These are going to get washed. And you guys can come check my store out. Oh, I'm super excited. But actually, I wonder how big those are. Anyway. So, woohoo. There I go with that at. I'm at 9, 4 already sold. I know, I saw that. I'm so excited for you. All right, so all of this stuff I'm showing you, except for the owls, came out of that box from that estate sale. That was my initiation to SyrocoWood. And they're in really good shape. It's like they bought them and they hung them on the wall, and they got dusted and cleaned and never got taken down. So here is a wall plaque. Mighty hunter, you roam the woodlands. Mighty male, search for game o'er hill and dale. Miss the big stuff, can't quite nab it. Just came home with one limp rabbit. This one is not marked, but I can tell you I'm 100% positive it's Syroco. Okay, that's one wall hanging. Huh. Could have sworn there was, I know what it was. Okay, then we have this one, which I already showed you guys. I would say, what size is this? This one is heavy too. This is 9.5 by 6 1/4. Worth point, what's the date on those? Because I don't use Worth Point's money. I just use their descriptions and what because if you're looking at Worth Point and they have, and it's I love this too. It's this guy got a big old fat turkey and he's got his hunting dogs going back to the cabin. Here are 2 frames, 2019 and 2020. That's pretty close. Here are 2 frames. They actually have the postcards in them. This one is from, I think it's San Francisco. If I put it up here, it'll be easier to read. Maybe not. Something Falls Viewpoint. Columbia Falls Viewpoint. Anyway, so this has, well, let's just pull this out. The Weeping Wall near Logan Pass Glacier National Park. So they bought this probably somewhere in Glacier National Park. And then this one is Souvenir of Glacier National Park as well. And it's very easy to read. So I have 2 of those, and it also has the original. And I will keep the postcards in there. Who's leaving? Who's leaving? Bye, Liz. Bye, Evan. What did you say, Lulu? Friends have. Okay. I have, like I showed you before, I have this little piece that would sit on a gentleman's dresser, or maybe even out by the front door, and you would wipe your jacket off, get the lint off your jacket. Then I have this piece right here, which is the perpetual calendar with the ships on it. This is something that we didn't see a lot of. This one has a broken wing. It's fallen, but this is a set of pheasants. And I have a set of, there's actually 4 ducks, but one of them had a broken neck, so he is leaning up in the kitchen. So there's these 2, and there's this one. You guys see the plastic ones? Vintage SyrocoWood, The Last Supper, Jesus and Apostles, wall art, 15 inches. Yep. Like that guy, the one the guy was talking about. And a lot of times you'll see these pieces and you will think maybe that it's chalkware by the way that it looks, right? If you're not touching it, it's hard to tell. This could look like chalkware. So lots of, and I'll take something off the wall to feel it. You got to use all your senses. This is really cool. This is a glass jar with a SyrocoWood top that looks like it's not, it's been around the block. It's got a crack right there. It's been well loved. It was made for this jar. I love this. That's really pretty. And the jar doesn't have any markings. Well, wow. No, the jar doesn't have any markings on it, but it does have an air bubble. Can you see it right there? Anyway, so the reason why I'm showing you all these different things, moreover, is because there's so many things that were made out of this. Hey, Tay, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Noelle, would you add mid-century modern to these items when listing? Well, Scotty, it would really depend, right? Because mid-century is going to be the 50s, 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s. So they quit actually doing the ones that look mostly like wood in the early 60s. So yeah. But they started the company in 1890. So it is really going to depend on what it is, right? And then you have, yes, the 70s too is when they started doing the plastics. So, you know, that is one of the main reasons why I drug you guys through the mud and made you listen to me read all of the stuff that I read, and the information links in the description, Scotty, and anybody that wasn't here for the beginning. The history on SyrocoWood, the history on Luxe clocks, and I don't think I put anything in on Homeco. So this guy right here would be a dresser caddy. So you would put your change and whatnot in it. I actually have 2 of these. They must have really liked these because they need to be cleaned. I haven't cleaned these 2 yet. One of them's scarier looking. Doug, don't look. Are they clowns? No, they're hobos, but they're still creepy. Oh, I'm not showing those again. Oh, okay. This is something that you will see a lot of, probably. This is a ashtray. This one is See if we can get it there. Fisherman's Wharf, San Francisco, California. And it's got the bear. And it's got the little glass piece in it to protect it. It could be for pipes. It absolutely could be for pipes. You guys are probably correct. Because these are at, oh yeah, especially, okay, I'm covering up the face, Doug. So the pipe would sit here. Yeah, I bet it is. You're right. Here is a tie rack. A lot of these things are not marked. So I know that this is because I've already looked it up, and we saw in the description when I was reading that stuff that this was one of the things that they did. And this one is, I believe, for belts, and the Syroco tag was right there. So I hit my keyboard. Isn't that cool? So all of these darker pieces, the older darker pieces, were more geared towards men. And it said that in the one of the pieces that I read stuff for, that, you know, like I seriously considered maybe doing this one and the valet brush. Oh, absolutely, Scotty. I'm going to show you a few more. So were you here for the, go back, Scotty, and look up this one isn't worth as much. It's worth about $30, I think. Go back and look up the bottle openers, the wine bottle openers, the figural ones. You will be amazed. This one should bring some money because why? Anybody? Somebody knows what this is. Dren could tell you what this is. It's an ashtray, obviously. This is where they would put their matches, I think, or maybe even wrapping paper, like cigarette, tobacco wrapping paper. I don't know. But this is Masons, Freemasons. Yes, you got it, Cindy and Janet and Lulu and Scotty. So when you find these ashtrays, they should have a glass dish in them. And they come in all different sizes and shapes and whatever. This one's just leaves. And the lady that had these, she had a few of them in her sewing room, and she had pins in them. And she really liked this one because I have 3 of this one, and it's a little squirrel. So, and this one doesn't have any markings either because it has felt on the bottom of it. Now I'm going to show you my favorite piece here. Other than that glass jar, I really like that glass jar. They set a box of matches on top of the hump. Oh, did they? Only reason I know that is from that Nicolas Cage movie. Hi, Paul. How are you? Okay. I have their book. I have a lot of Freemason stuff and a lot of the Eastern Star, which is the women's group. I actually cleaned out an estate. I actually bought a whole estate a couple of years ago, 4 years ago, and they were Masonic. Check these out. I haven't looked them up yet, but I didn't see any when I was looking. This is a bookend. I have them both. Buffalo Bill Memorial, Cody, Wyoming. They're in really good shape. they are missing this piece right here. Never fear, I have it out in the garage if I feel like putting it with them. But the old metal ones, the old metal pieces that you just see that they used at the libraries, that's what they put on the back of these. So I may put it with it. I won't hook it on there. Every small town here all have Masonic lodges. Oh, same here. Same here. So anyway, these are probably my favorite item. What's going on, buddy? We're doggy sitting. And then something that you might, I'll show you everything in the box. Oh, I guess I had, a set of two of the little Jewish figurines. But so I showed you the pheasants. I showed you that. This one I haven't looked up, but I have 4 of this one. Only one of them has the tag on it. It says Knott's Berry Farm, California. I think this is called Sorrowful Sammy or Susie or something like this. It used to have a tag on it right there. Hi, Sammy. See the seam? And it's funny because when I first looked at it, I thought that the ears were broken, but they're meant to be that way. So let's go back in here. We'll look at bookends. I just want to give you guys an idea. This is sold, and these are priced highest with a shipping. So I just want to give you guys an idea of what you might see. And you might, I mean, a lot of people, well, you'll see a lot of people pick stuff up and they'll talk about it and they'll go, I don't know what it is. It's not plastic. It's not wood. It feels composite. It's probably Syroco wood. And we've all, if you don't know, you don't know. That's one of the things that I love about doing this show is finding something that we all know. I mean, we've all seen all those wall hangings. We've all seen the clocks. We've all seen this kind of stuff right here. But did you know what it was made out of? Did you know that this company was basically the pioneer of all of this stuff? I didn't. I had no clue. And it's really cool because you've got the plastic that they went to. You've got resin, you've got wood, you've got marble, you've got all the different. I never knew about SyrocoWood. Another thing that I forgot to grab out of storage, and I don't remember if Syroco made them or not, but somebody in here had some. Might have been Jan. Look at this bookend right here. Owls, dogs, owls, leaves. They did a lot of stuff with leaves. They did a lot of this ornate. A lot of it. Here's some more dogs. Somebody must have screwed up on their sales. So, they may go for a lot. They may go for a little. I guess it's all in how and what you list them for. Let's go up here. I want, there are, I'm not going to find it here. I need to go. I don't know why I always do that. have a bunch of these that I bought. If I can find them. They have a specific name. Of course, it's not going to show. Yeah, it's so interesting. They have these bowls that were used at restaurants, and they were made of a compressed sawdust with similar to the Syroco wood. I have a whole bunch of them in my storage that I bought from, I don't know if they had Red Lions all over the United States, but the guy that passed away, he owned one of the Red Lions, and I got a bunch of restaurant ware, and I got a bunch of these bowls, and they would use them in their salad. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? No, it's not barrel wood. Dang it. And I literally got home and I was like, darn it, I should have grabbed those bowls. I know they're not SyrocoWood. Oh man, I hate it when this happens. What is that thing that's $13,000? I don't know. I don't see. I'm going slow, so holler at me. Monkey Pod is worth some money, but I'll tell you what, teak is really, especially teak bowls. Bamboo is not bad. Teak is harder and harder to get. Olive wood sells really good. I'm so off of what I'm looking for. Then let me see if I can try something else. Apparently somebody has. Oh, that's on Pinterest. Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, you guys. Let's see if I can. Of course not. Ellinger's agatized wooden serving bowl. Oh, why can't I? This is irritating. All right, here we go. This is amazing. I never ever knew what these were until I bought some. I was like, those are really cool. So since we're doing wood, here we go. These are exactly, I have these exact bowls sitting in my storage. They need to get listed. They would come in a big, that's cherished. Let's see. And not that it matters where we go. I just want to see some good pictures. Because on the bottom of these, is that the best picture that they got? Ellinger's agatized wood ink. So if we went, if we go here and we go all, and we just go, yes, I want that. I don't want that. All right. That's on Facebook. There should be something. in here. Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Is this back to Pinterest? It is. That's not what I want. They are marked. Here we go. All right. You will see these. I don't think they make them anymore. Bowls of Ellinger's Bowls, the new home of Ellinger's agatized wood products. Kitchenware since 1950. I don't think they make these anymore, but it looks like they are. That one looks new. So they began after the original owners saw wood dishware being manufactured with natural wood powder and resins using compression molding while on a trip to Germany. This has resulted in them producing durable, waterproof, lightweight, and dishwasher safe. So these guys are making new ones because these are BPA 2019. I don't want these guys. I want the old ones. So you got to be careful. Don't put wood in the dishwasher, for crying out loud. Featured. Is this Pinterest again? Hope not. Shouldn't be. This is the same company. Anyway, they basically took wood dust and they mix it with glue and other items, and they would press it into these bowls, and they're super, super cool. And they are really, if they're agatized is what they would call them. Hi, Boatman. Hello, Mr. Muggenwee. I always mess your name up. Yes. They weren't, they are, most of them are marked, but they're really cool. You would probably, Jan, I have a feeling, if you picked one up, you would probably take a second look at it. I don't know why. Agatized wood, agatized. I don't know why I don't remember having a problem looking this up before. It should show, oh, I guess. What is, let's do that. Same thing. MapQuest. This is the same thing. I wonder if they'll show better pictures of the bottom. Look at them. These are actually pretty good pictures. That did not expand. Yeah, I don't like that. Let's see what we got here. Not big enough to get the bottom. All right. Let's go back here. King Arthur. Here's Worth Point. Let's see if they've got better pictures on Worth Point. Can't really blow those up very well either, which is irritating. They are really, really cool. They look like you wouldn't want to use them. No pictures at all of the bottom. So anyway, another thing, the link above, I can't click on it in StreamYard. I can't click on your links. That's why I don't open them up. But anybody else can. open those up, and you'll the links that Lulu is putting in there so graciously. Let's see if this one shows. So do you see that rippled look? Almost looks like stretch marks on a fat belly. And I'm not going to tell you how I know that. Here you go. Awesome. Ellinger's at agatized wood ink. Sheboygan. I love saying that. Sheboygan, Wisconsin. And the 120 is the size, basically, and the mold number. These are so cool, you guys. If you have a few minutes, look these up. You'll see them. They use these in restaurants. They used them in restaurants that had buffets, like salad bars. That's where they would use these mostly because they were cheap. And now they're highly collectible. So anyway, you're clicking them, clickety-clicking them. Lulu's fast and she's good at getting this stuff. So there's all different colors. There's this one's a hand-painted one. Could be a newer, but as you can see, if you like these, and people really do, they come in all different sizes and shapes. This goes right along with it. This wood stuff, this one actually has a tag on it. That's cool. So I know that's not really what we're talking about, SyrocoWood, but basically, honestly, it is made the same way SyrocoWood was made. What I want to see is if we can find this one right here. I'm still sharing, correct? Okay. This guy right here, Homeco, makes one very similar. This large Syroco Federal Eagle Flat. Homeco makes a set of mirrors. Now, I was hoping to find, but I probably won't. These ones right here. These big wall hangings, these big, here you go, Scotty, if you're still here, mid-century modern. These ones right here that have the flowers and they're all the colors. You would find these huge sets. This one has a bird. It's got the flowers. Sometimes you would find them in sets of 3, and one of them would be almost 3 feet by 2 feet, and then you might have a couple of good, almost foot size pieces on the other side. They would take up a whole wall, and some people call those the holy grail of these mid-century modern pieces. This is 17 by 30 inches, $99 on auction with one bid. So, you know, even the Homeco ones, it doesn't really matter, but here's vegetables. What do they call these? You know what I mean? The outlines. It's just amazing the things that this stuff was made out of that I personally had no clue. I typed in SyrocoWood in YouTube, and there is a guy that has a video on it. It's like 7 or 8 minutes. I subscribed to him because, man, he was all over it. He knew what was going on. And he has a huge one that he shows, and he calls it the Holy Grail. As a matter of fact, these 2 pieces right here were 2 of the pieces to the piece he had. These were the pieces that went on the other side. And then he said that his girlfriend calls the Homeco and the other brands accent, Syroco accent, like they're accenting Syroco. So Burwood is the other one. All right. So you got Homeco, and I only know this because he talked about it. Burwood products. let's do this. So Burwood, we're going to go look at this before I go and pull any more. Same thing, right? Homeco, Syroco. Just keeping in mind that SyrocoWood is basically they're the godfather. They're the godfather of all this gaudiness, which is awesome. Look at, oh my goodness. We have to look at this one. You guys, it just doesn't end. Look at all this money that we're all leaving on the walls and on the dressers and in the attic. And I mean, $350 for a resin. Let's see how this one is marked. Syroco flowering bonsai tree. I'm looking to see if they show. Nope, they don't show any markings for it. It's probably on the back. Is Eric in here too? If I missed you, I'm sorry. Cameos, thank you very much. Exactly. I'm glad you guys can read my befuddled mind. So let's go up here. Let's go back here to this. Let's put this in here. Vintage. You're going to get the same idea. And you'll see these are more colorful. But I mean, we've all seen them. I know you guys have seen something here going to trigger in your mind these, whether it's the guy in the outhouse hanging on these ones right here, typical. I didn't know they were Burwood though, but I've seen these how many times? How about this guy? No clue. I had no clue. But we see these kind of things and they're collectible. Here's the butterflies. These are very popular right now. $50 for 3. Let's see if it shows a marking. Burwood. There you go. Products company. They got a really nice picture in here. That I love this when people are good about doing that. So, you know, they have the same, this stuff right here has got to be typical 70s, 80s, vintage volleyball. That's 80s, 90s. Just looking at their outfits. So there you go. A whole new world. It's a whole new world for you guys to look at this stuff. Some of it brings some really good money. Some of it does not. But if we're not aware of it and we're not looking for it, then we don't know. Let's look at some sold prices here. This is the Burwood, right? This isn't the Syroco. This came after. Huge vintage 1981 Berwick's Wharf Dock Boat Lighthouse. Scotty, this stuff, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm going to talk to you like you are. This stuff would sell so well, these big items. Look at that's laying on a pool table for reference. I know I've seen this. So this kind of stuff, if you guys have an antique booth and you don't want to ship, but I don't have a problem shipping things. So vintage Burwood products, seal. How would you know? You just got to look at the back of it and check it out, right? I'm actually kind of excited because I know I've looked at this stuff. I've seen these cars a million times. And if wherever you're at has one set, like it's an estate sale, they probably have more in other rooms. right? That's been my experience with that kind of stuff. Doug K, yay for now. Hey, Noel, Doug did it. What did Doug do? What did Doug do? Noel, you can come to my house and see it. What do you got? Hi, Chad. How are you? I'm way off. Doug, you can always go back to them in the future, Jan, because Jan is a reseller. Yes, she is. She doesn't want to. Have 3 big boxes of magazines for you. Those will sell in your booth. Ooh, Scotty. Okay, what did I missed out on something? You have one? Which one do you have? I have these hanging on my wall. I'm scared to ship it. Don't be scared to ship anything. I'll go in later when the chat loads and I'll pull up and look at that. Hi, Jennifer. I feel like I'm yelling at you guys. We have to back up. Says no longer available. Uh-oh. Or check your link. Butterfly Nurse Thrift, how are you? You have 1 men playing billiards. I think it's Burwood. Going to list it now. Good. Tag me in your post when you sell it. Put it on Instagram and tag me in your post. I love to see and hear you guys tell me that you've sold something that I may have brought to your attention or somebody else may have brought. I love to see that stuff. And that's why I post my, they will sell. Looks like we are heading for, oh, no. You did something, Doug. I'll figure it out sooner. You have the fishing village. Do you really? That's cool. It was under duress, Jan. What did you do? Spit it out. Don't make me wait till tomorrow, because that's how long it usually takes for my chat to load. And if I'm busy listing, I might not even go back till Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, I am super, super glad. That's why you're scared to ship it. I wouldn't be scared to ship it. There's nothing that I'm scared to ship. Absolutely nothing. I watch people all the time. I was at the the little place that Federal Express picks up in the town a little north of me in Woodland. And I just drop stuff off there if I have both Federal Express. And this guy, you'll meet me at the border, hand them to you over the fence. There you go. This guy brought this metal piece in that he had cut and wanted it shipped off to this guy. And I was watching this lady ship it. And any of you that know me, which is pretty much everybody in the chat, has to know that I was biting my tongue because I couldn't believe. She gets the bubble wrap out and then she gets the foam out. And I wanted to just tell her, put it in a flat box and slide that sucker in there and tape the side shut and tape the crap out of it. It was done anyway. It would have been like a saw blade, like a table saw blade. It was like that. Oh my gosh, I was so proud of myself, Janet. You'd have been so proud of me. And then she puts it in this huge box. And I'm like, I don't know how much she charged him for shipping on it. Because I got out of there before she got to that. But maybe I should open up a shipping place, because these guys, the post office and these professional shipping places, holy crap, they're talk about scammers. That would be a good business to open up if you're not afraid of shipping stuff and you've shipped stuff. I've had 2 items break, period. One of them I was high on pain medication from my burn, and it was a Starbucks mug that I'm bowing my head in shame that I put in a padded flat mailer, and my son told me it wasn't going to make it, and he was right. Your mind, you're going to put up. There you go. Yeah, if you don't want to, and you can You can put ship. You can also put local pickup. You can have both of those on eBay. So, or you can just have local pickup. Yep, I was super proud of myself. I was glad that the other gal got done and helped me with my problem before. I was just like, anyway, Facebook Marketplace is so dead for me. Those of you who, Greg Rocky Mountain Resale, he was in here earlier and he may still be listening because he lurks. He is the person to go follow. Man, that guy, that kid, I watched a lady pay $90 for them to pack and ship 2 plastic dolls and nearly lost my mind. Thank you, Jody. Yesterday, the label machine at the post office was broken. There was this long line in the post office, and I just walked in kind of quietly, walked past them all, took my big IKEA bag and started putting everything on the counter like I always do. And I was just real quiet because when you do that and it's Christmas time and there's it's backed up all the way to the door, I've never seen my post office so busy as it has been. They look at you like you're some kind of an alien and you just want to get in there and drop your stuff off and get out. But one of the ladies was saying, I looked at her and she had all these packages. And none of them were, I said, are you having them shipped? And she goes, yeah, but the label machine's broken. And I just took one of their slips and I took a pen and I wrote pirateship.com. And I said, take your packages home and go to this website and you can do it all from home. You can print it. And she goes, I don't have a printer. And I go, but the library does. And all the people in the line behind me were like this. And I go, none of the ladies were in the back trying to get something so they couldn't hear me. And I was just like, I can't help myself. They're just, they just don't know. It's not that they're stupid. They don't know. I want to put a big sign on the cork board out in the lobby at the post office for free shipping classes. Go to pirateship.com. Oh, anyway, you have new drop-off kiosks everywhere, coffee shops, pharmacies, and their prices are better lately than UPS. Yes. However, and it's gotten bad enough that USPS is dropping their prices quite a bit after the first of the year. I even have the internet. Yeah, I only use Pirate Ship for international shipping. That's it. Yep. Right there, what Jan said. If you guys have large media mail packages, sometimes I'm even just sending my stuff that's like a small book or a pamphlet that's under half a pound. I'll just send it first class because it's like 25 cents. It's not even that. It's pennies. And I don't care. January, you're going to start eBay. You do it. If you need help, let us know. My Instagram and my Facebook for business are down below, and you can message me through either one of those if you need help on anything. Show the simple export rate thingy for Pirate Ship, please, so I can make sure I have it checked. Okay. Don't yell at me yet because I don't have it pulled up. I'm going to pull it up first, and then I'll show. Sorry about that. Clicked the wrong X button. Been there, done that before a few times. All right. Now I got to reset up everything. Oh, that's hilarious. I have managed to make it through, knock on wood, a whole show without not sharing. All right. Let's make sure we're sharing here. Pirate ship. Down here is this little chat button. And you go in here and you type, can I, start a conversation. Basically just, hello, start a conversation. What's it doing here? All right. You basically just go or send us a message and you go, please sign me up for simple export rate. And you spell it right. And I'm not going to do that because I already have it. Now, and if you don't know how to get this window to go away, you just click this button right here and it goes away. All right. I'm going to do a video on this. I'm hoping to have something ordered that I didn't have anything that went out today that was international, but I have something almost every day. So if I have, you can message Noelle as long as she didn't block you. Doug thinks I blocked him. Oh, that's hilarious. It's funny that they make you ask. It's like asking for off-menu secret things at Starbucks, right? So what did I send to this person in transit? Uh-oh. That's Julie Smurf. It's delivered. This lady bought, she's in Canada, 6 plates. She wanted to buy 7. Hello, why is it not showing me this? She bought 6 the Pioneer Woman plates, and they were trying to remember export tracking data, refund label, total. It's not going to let me pull up the whole thing. It was going to be $124 from eBay to ship them to her in Canada. And this is what it cost me from Canada. UPS Worldwide Expedited, by the way, was still cheaper than USPS through Pirate Ship. Now you can go down here and do settings. You can update that. You can do your general settings, integrations right here. You can do eBay. I'm trying to think connect to new source. These are all the different platforms that they work with. Big Cartel, Big Commerce, Chargeify, Cratejoy, Discogs, eBay, Equid, learning some new ones, Etsy, Moonclerk, Shopify, Squarespace, Subly, WooCommerce. That means that you can go right over here. I don't have any. Yes, I do. You can go right over here and click eBay, and it automatically imports your listings, that your orders from eBay, and I can get a rate here. And I do all my shipping in my office. I have 2 screens. I'll have eBay on this screen and I'll have Pirate Ship on this screen. And I pull them both up and I see which one's going to be cheaper. And that's what I do. This is Eugene, Oregon. That's just down next state from me. So it's just, hey, it's just Dren's home. Anyway, so that is, on top of that, while I'm still here. All right. So say I do all my, I have my eBay store linked to Bonanza. It's free. So everything I have on eBay goes to Bonanza. It's all free. It's set up. That's another topic for another time. I do all of my shipping from Bonanza on eBay. So, or say I want to send Janet something, or I want to send Doug something, or I want to send Scotty something, or I wanted to send Julie something, or you want to send grandma something in Germany. So you just go here, you go to single, and you put all the information here. You put Grandpa, Gramps, old Dougie. And you put their address and all of that stuff. And then you go down here. And I have this set up for me. And you can change it.
I have candies.
You have candies? Oh my goodness. And double bubble. Double bubbles.
Would you like some
double trouble. No, thank you, but I appreciate your offering. Can tell everybody hi.
Hi.
Or we'll do that for a second. Come over here so they can see you.
Hi.
And Dren has 3 Christmas cards that came in the mail today from people that sent them to him. So we'll be opening those soon. Oh, I almost always there are times when eBay is cheaper. Not always. Depends on where you're sending it to. Janet says hi. Doug says hi. So let's go back here. Share. All right. You want to go in here. You can have an envelope, a padded envelope, a poly bag, a soft pack, or a box in a bag. You are going to get a cheaper rate for these. Then you have all of your USPS, all of their boxes, so you can go check. And then you got some UPS because they're doing UPS now. So you can get these prices too. Let's talk about box and a bag. Yeah. Ooh. Did you do that at school? Did you cry? Did you go ouch? No, you didn't say anything? All right. 4 pounds or less is where you're at. And then you have to go 4 pounds or less. Yes. And then you have to go either USPS. That you can send more than 4 pounds, but that's where your break at 4 pounds. That's where you're not getting any major deals anymore. So 5 pounds and up is going to cost some money. Oh, you got some grandma candies, huh?
Yeah, because I ate the last 3.
Okay. So box and a bag. This works perfect. Might actually have to have one of these. You have a box. You have a bag. Oh, hang on. You have a box. You have a bag. This is a 13 by 10 by 1 poly mailer. It is the same size as a padded flat rate poly mailer. When you are doing a box and a bag, the measurement of the bag is what you use before you put the box in there. You don't put the box, and the box has to fit. Now I got candy in my mouth because I had to have one for some stupid reason. The box has to fit in here. So if you use an 18 by 14 by 1 poly mailer, that box better fit in there. If you use a black construction garbage bag to wrap around a box, which I do all the time, you better measure that first because there's measurements. You can't put the plastic around the box and then take the box measurements. That's not how that works. A lot of people think you can do this. In this box, in this bag right here, you can comfortably fit a 6 by 4 by 4 box. And eBay used to sell a 6 by 4 by 4 box. Now it's a 6 by 5 by 5 box, and that will not fit in there. You have to take an inch off of one side. A box and a bag will ship cheaper than a box on Pirate Ship. So maximum length for a box and a bag is like 20 inches. It's either, I think it's 12 by 12 by 12 is a cubic foot. And I think it's 18 inches. It might be 20 inches. It's been a while since I've done a box and a bag. But, and they tell you all about it. Trish. Oh, shit. Somebody help me. Box and a bag is cheaper than, not always. Trish, oh shoot. She's on with early in the mornings with, oh man, I'm having a hard time today. Not Sandy and Otto, Trish, Nana Tinks. Trish, Nana Tink has a video on her channel about box and a bag shipping, and she explains it very explicitly. Nana Tink. Anyway, okay, so I will do, let's go back here. I will do a more in-depth video as soon as I get an international package, because what I want you guys to understand is, Gramps, little Dougie, I should probably get that out of there, huh? Reports. You can, say you want to rate, say you want to check a rate. All of these right here will give you all of their prices, but say, okay, this is actually how I figured out what to put my flat rates for my international and domestic shipping. So I would put a box in here, and you can do it like, you can do whatever size you want, 12 by 12 by 12. And I can do United States, and I can do, I used to have this memorized. Well, let's just do 90210, because that's, everybody knows that one, right? And go 4 pounds, 0 ounces. Now, what I did was I used Florida or Maine, because they're the furthest away from me, because I'm on the West Coast. I'm in Washington State, right? This is going to show you to send a box that's 4 pounds, a 12 by 12 by 12 box that's 4 pounds. This is what Pirate Ship's going to charge me to send that box to California, 90210. That's pretty darn cheap. Here's UPS ground, $10.13, 1 to 5 days. UPS select, $12.86. So, and parcel select ground for the USPS is $10.83, and priority mail is $11.18. I'm going to go with UPS ground every time. It's going to be cheaper, and then you can go here and you can do, priority mail express and all these other lovely things. So that is a quick way right there, without doing anything, to find out what it's going to cost you to send something somewhere. And you can do the same thing. You can check out international rates by clicking here, which is not letting me do, and doing that way. But I guess the main thing here to know is that I figured someone would link it. I like to race. It's almost always cheaper, but not every once in a while. It won't be, depending on where you're shipping from, right? Like, I can almost guarantee you that the package that I'm sending out tomorrow that's going to Eugene, Oregon is going to be cheaper on eBay than it's going to be on Pirate Ship. You add the width of the box to the length. Why do you do that? What's the advantage of doing world shipping without the global shipping problem? Oh boy. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. No, sorry. Okay. The global shipping program is extremely expensive. And a lot of people use it because they're scared of any kind of customs forms or anything. Pirate Ship does all of them for you. Every once in a while, it will, I have a stupid candy in my mouth. Sorry, I can't talk. If you fold the bag over, you know what? I don't even, any of your first class dimensions don't really matter. It's your weight that matters. I can almost guarantee that with you. You can go in and mess around with your dimensions. If I put it in a 10 by 13 by 10 by 1 bag and I fold the bag shorter, I still just keep 10 by 13 by 1. And it's just something that the more you do, the more you'll realize it. But I almost always, because I've been doing it long enough, have the right size box, the right size bag in my shipping, in my, very seldom am I off. Well, in that kind of manner. Does that make sense? Because it's really not gonna matter. It's not gonna change. The weight's still the same. Does that make sense? And that's really what they're going by, unless you have like a 22 by 24 by 26 inch box and it somehow weighs 15 ounces. That might change, that might change your cost. You have only bought big bags. Oh, I see what you're saying. So I have a 5 by 7 by 1 bag, which obviously is, or I have a 5 by 7 by 1 cardboard sleeve thing. And then I have an 8 by 7 by 1 bag. I have a 10 by 9 by 1. I can't remember all the dimensions. Mostly and a 18 by 14 by 1. That's the largest poly mailer that you could use for a box and a bag, I believe. Don't quote me. I've been wrong many times and I'll be wrong again. Okay, so back to this question here, because I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. What is the advantage of doing world shipping without global shipping program? This is my opinion and my opinion only. And now you're going to get it. Okay. The global shipping program sends their items to Kentucky. They've got a couple of other things, to a processing center, which is owned by Pitney Bowes. When they get there, a lot of them are reopened. Depending on the country they're going, they're opened and searched to make sure that nothing in there is not supposed to be in there. And then they repack your items. The two items that, other than the two items that I have had broken, the one did not go, was the mug that I told you about. The other one was a set of vintage mugs, Kimberly, Fire King, I can't remember, that went to Taiwan, and I sent it through the global shipping program. And 4 of those mugs got broken. Never in my life have I had anything broken. And the lady messaged me and she said, I don't know how these got broken. They look like they were packaged well. Well, they weren't packed like I packed them. They open up your stuff, they repack it, maybe, and they send it off. There are a lot of claims through the global shipping program for items that have been broken. And that is why items get broken, because they are not packing them up like you packed them. Now, I'm not saying that we're all perfect. And we all know my son worked at the post office and the UPS and those guys. We've all seen the videos. Okay. On top of that, they charge a lot, an enormous amount. And I did a live show quite some time ago. I can't tell you where. I won't tell you where, and I won't send you a link because the link is gone. And I let people from all over the world into my store live, and we did shipping, and I was only using calculated shipping. And we could not believe how much eBay's global shipping was, and their calculated domestic shipping was charging for shipping on my items. And I literally spent 2 days of my life with the pirate ship shipping calculator thing and the eBay shipping calculator. Do you guys know about the eBay shipping calculator? Some of you do, some of you don't, would be my guess. It's been moved because I've added so much other stuff up. Oh. You go in here, just type in eBay shipping calculator and Google search, it'll bring it up. And you just go in here, shipping and tracking. And here you go. It's basically the same thing. You can type letter, large envelope package, large package, and you'll go down here and zip code, your zip code. And then you go down here, domestic or international, select major city, or it's going to be the country, and then you calculate shipping, and then it'll bring up the next screen, and you can look at Federal Express. You can look at all the different shipping policy or ways to ship and find the cheapest shipping. So what I did was, in my business policies, I have a flat rate shipping for 3 different first class ones. I don't have a flat rate for medium mail because nobody has a flat rate for medium mail. I have anything that's over 4 pounds is called Federal Express, but I have Federal Express and UPS in there. And also lately, anything that's I can ship cheaper on Pirate Ship, whether I say I'm shipping it priority mail or not, and nobody seems to mind because I refund them the money. If it ships cheaper through UPS on Pirate Ship, say it was a 3 pound or 4 pound item, and I can save them $10, you betcha I'm shipping it on UPS and I'm sending them a refund. But I have flat rate shipping policies for everything. I do. This has become more than SyrocoWood. It's a link on every draft. No, if you guys are setting up your business policies through a link on every draft, you're doing it wrong. And you're going to go into your business policies and you're going to have a business policy for everything you've ever shipped, and it will take forever to clean it up. Here is my 1 pound flat rate shipping policy. 1 pound flat rate, that's the policy name. Flat, same cost to all buyers. USPS priority mail. This is the domestic one, $9.55. If it's an item that they are adding 2 of, they're going to pay me another $4.50 because that's about what it'll go up to. 1 business day is my handling time. For international, you choose eBay International Standard Delivery. That is the cheapest that eBay will calculate it at. But I have a flat rate. So even though it says eBay International Standard Delivery, I have figured out that the furthest for it to ship from me, this is for Canada. Canada has a separate rate that's cheaper. So anything that's a pound and under, that's at a pound, will ship to Canada for $12 from me.
Have you been eating these?
No, I ate one of those.
Okay.
Take them out of here, please. And if it were to go up, then it would be $6. Anything worldwide that's a pound, right at a pound, is going to cost $15. And like I said, I spent 2 days figuring all of these out. And then when the prices go up, I just come in and edit my policies, $1.75, whatever. And that's it. Done. Worldwide, I have certain countries that I won't ship to, and you can choose from those. Oh, I'm just talking. No, I'm not talking to you, buddy. Anything, these I need to change out because they should be in a flat. That's an old Federal Express home delivery, large bulky items. So anything over 4 pounds absolutely goes in there. I don't do anything calculated except that large bulky items one will be calculated and medium mail. But if you guys pull up your business policies and you're doing a business policy setup every time you do a listing, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you. So then when I go in to do a listing, I think I have some drafts set up here. When I go in to do a listing, am I sharing? When I go in to do a listing, okay, now I had a butt ton of Hallmark ornaments, and this is I made 1 listing, and then I saved that draft, and I came back in and I made a copy of that draft, and I took out all the pertinent information for everything, and I have 5 H boxes for Hallmark ornaments. And then I knew how many lots I needed. So I made 30 copies of this is the last one. And I set all of these up. And when I got down to the bottom, there's a very few things in here that I have to change. Like this might be a date. And that's why this isn't set. So if I click this right here, this is done. So when I did that, this is what I was trying to tell you earlier, Jan, when you were doing your listing thing. All I had to do was come in here. I got everything set up. All I had to do is come in here and say my next one was 12. I just go in here and I go 12. Why is that? Oh, I must not have my numbers lock on. I would just change this to 12. And then I would go down here. I would put my price in and I would choose my shipping policy. So shipping policy number 2 is from 5 ounces to 12 ounces. There are 4 first class rates. I only have 3. So I would just go over here and here's all my policies. And that free shipping was for an auction item. I don't offer free shipping. I don't do free shipping. I even had a special policy that I made up for shipping my quince, my fruit that I sold. So here they are. Number 2, 5 ounces to 12 ounces is my default media mail. So, and then this will tell you how many of your listings are using that policy. This is a copy, so I got to go in and I must have done something. When you get a copy, basically you just go in and take these listings out and put them in the regular one. You edit. It usually this right here, USPS, no international shipping. Anything that you're selling that is a knife, you cannot sell internationally. So I have a shipping policy made up just for knives. Otherwise, I get flagged every time I try to list a knife. And then I go down here and I know what size package it's going to be. Like it's going to be a 13 by 10 by 1. And it's going to be 12 ounces or less, 1 pound, blah, blah, blah. And then you go down here and you just save your draft. So if you want to make, if you know you got 25 more almost similar to this, then you go right here, you go create a copy and you put in however many copies you want. Okay. And it'll populate them down here. And then you don't have to sell similar off your own stuff or do anything. You have all this set up and it makes your listing so much faster. That's why people tell you, if you're going to list a bunch of toys, get a bunch of toys. If you're going to list a bunch of shirts, get a bunch of shirts. Make a pile of like things. If you're going to list a bunch of books, that way you can do stuff like this, or you can go and you can make templates. I have a bunch of templates made up, all different things. And it shows you right here when you made them, all that good stuff. You're working tomorrow? You're going to buy a new car tomorrow? Jan's working tomorrow. Hi, Barb. How are you? All right, you have a live sale with Trisha and Sandy at 3 p.m. tomorrow. All right, you guys. I stayed on later than I've stayed on in a long time. I guess you're going to have to bookmark this one because it's not going to be in the title or the description. Maybe I'll update the description to put tips and tricks, but I really need to just sit down and make some static videos that you guys can go to and see. I have a hard time doing that. Obviously, it's all me. You were in an accident and they totaled your Jeep. Oh man. Sorry about that. So thank you guys for coming. I hope that you learned something new tonight. I hope you find some cool stuff from what we talked about tonight. And I'll see you next week. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.